Okay, practice 11. Two guys that shine on offense were Barkley and Woods. Had great days. Not much new on that. Still need to develop our depth, obviously, at a number of positions. And I would say outside of that, nothing major today. Jesse Scroggins had another good day, continues to develop, which is exciting to see.
You said the other day that he was one of the most improved guys. What areas has he improved in?
Really everything. He's always had a strong arm, but his accuracy, his decision making, and his command of the huddle. Still has a long way to go with the huddle, like any freshman would, for the most part. But he's making a lot of strides.
Earlier this spring, you talked about George Uko kind of stood out to you, and it just seems like that's something that's happening every day.
Yeah, George continues to play well. I think that says a lot about his off season. He's been very focused. He's spent a lot of time studying his playbook. He's taking it very serious, and so another guy in that class that's really shown up.
Did Christian Thomas get banged up the other day?
Yeah, Christian Thomas, his foot was bothering. Had x-rays, which were okay. We thought he was going to go, but he was very sore this morning.
Matt Ellison played some fullback today. Are you going to work him in there a little bit to get some depth?
Yeah, we have to. We've been trying to do that every day, and something we'll probably do a lot of in the fall, especially if these younger tight ends continue to develop.
Down to one scholarship running back for a time there.
Yeah, we've been getting good practice at having one scholarship person in some spots, so we'll be able to write a book on it here pretty soon.
You mentioned how some of the starting linebackers haven't been able to participate. But what have you seen from the guys who have participated? Is there any couple guys who jumped out who could get into the playing time mix?
Yeah, the guy for sure that has jumped out has been Hayes Pollard. Has really another guy in the same class again. If these guys keep developing, that could be a pretty special class 3 years from now. So Hayes is doing really well, and that's really good to see because it's a guy that was banged up last year, was redshirted, played on service team some. Didn't really flash that much to us last year, but really has had a great offseason and looks really good out there.
They passed the rule change to allow 4 graduate assistants starting this fall. How big a change, or how much is that going to affect what you guys do to have those 2 more, available bodies?
Yeah, I didn't know that. So it's great news. So I didn't know that. So we'll be able to have 2 more guys out here helping, I guess.
How's the offensive line coming along? Are any of those guys establishing themselves as possible starters?
No. Unfortunately not. Impressed with Jeremy Galton's toughness, playing with a grade 2 MCL, and hasn't missed a beat, so that's good to see, but none of those guys have performed like starters would need to for us. Obviously outside of that.
In terms of consistency, or what specifically do you think that they need to do to kind of become those kinds of players?
Just a long ways away from the whole package. Some guys aren't developed enough. Some guys aren't playing fast enough because they're new to it. And so it's just they haven't caught on to the system. So this offseason will be big for them, and obviously this fall. That will be the number one question by far on our team.
Are there any guys from the 2011 class that you can see coming in and potentially making an impact?
Oh, yeah, I mean, all of them. We're going to give them all a chance. There's a lot of them coming in, and a lot of them have been great high school players or a great junior college player. So there are going to be a ton of them that get opportunities. I have no idea who's going to rise and who's not.
Can you talk a bit about Mikey Campbell today?
Yeah, he was out here. I think he dropped 75% of his balls today, so long way to go.
He caught a couple there at the end, and then you went away from him.
Yeah, he caught one, and then we put Robert in. Robert scored a touchdown there at the end. Marquise was kind of tired.
Did you not want to give it to him?
No, nothing to do with that. All right, thanks guys.